this. Make a clap to this. Make a clap to this. Make a clap to this.
Hey guys, Ron from FunctionBuilt-Aquatics. And this video is going to be on Betta, unimaculata, Long Hubung. This is a young F1 pair. Male is about just barely 4 inches, and the female is about 3.5 inches. These guys are currently feeding on whiteworms. And this video was actually requested for Yaoming Yen. And he asked if I can actually shoot a quick synopsis on the care and husbandry of the unimaculata Long Hubung. Now, in regards to how I maintain my individual pairs, I prefer to go with no substrate, so I can actually go in and clean the bottom of the tank and siphon the bottom of the tank with no issues. I use 50% tap water and 50% RO. This keeps my pH between 6.2 and 6.5. Water temperature for these guys ranges anywhere from 72 degrees to 76.5. I currently keep these guys at 75 degrees. I do not heat the tank individually, but I do heat the room itself. Wild betta fish in general do not need temperatures above 76 degrees for long periods of time. So it's good to keep them a little bit on the cooler side. Just remember that 72 degrees is probably the best on their lower range. If the fish are captive bred and not wild caught, taking frozen and dry foods along with some live foods will not be a problem. Do remember that these fish jump and will jump out of open spaces in the tank. I like to keep my tanks 3/4 full to help alleviate some of these issues, but do not think that they can't make that leap with the water level being lower. I like to put surface plants on the top of the tank to serve for 2 reasons. Impede their vision of the actual glass top that forms condensation, of which sometimes these fish like to try to attack the condensation droplets on the top of the glass top. I also like to keep floating plants in a tank to help with cleaning the water and maintaining water quality. I do water changes on these guys 25%, sometimes 50% per week, depending on how heavily I fed them. And like I mentioned it prior in other videos, this particular group or subspecies of unimaculata are very social. Keeping them as a pair for the duration of their life should not be a problem. They typically do not turn on one another like palafina or some of the other subspecies of unimaculata. These guys are very, very calm and easygoing on each other. This pair has spawned twice. The male is too young and the female is also too young, and he has swallowed twice. But in due time, when they reach their full size of 5.5 to 6 inches, they will spawn and carry fry to term. These are a pretty easy species to maintain, especially when captive raised. They do not really require any super special requirements. I do put leaves in the tank from time to time to add a little tannin and soften the water a little further, but I do not go crazy. Give them hiding spots, make sure their water quality is good by doing water changes, and feed them proper foods, and you'll have no problem spawning your pair of unimaculata, the golden dragon. Thanks guys, FunctionBuilt-Aquatics.